I'm ready. Welcome to Ric's Corner. I have a varied guest today, a friend of mine that I met, who's a very interesting person. Her name is Natalia Dzyublo. I got it right.
Yes, you did.
She's a hypnotherapist, martial arts, an actress, and I've seen your reel, which you have some really good acting stuff on there. And I wanted to talk to her because hypnotherapy is really part of what we do when we train in the gym. We talk ourselves into doing stuff. We psych ourselves out, or we can psych ourselves into doing whatever we need to do. And it plays an important part in our life, and I don't think a lot of people know that we actually do that subconsciously, right?
Yes, we do.
We do?
We do.
I mean, sometimes I'll have a dream at night that I went to the gym and worked out, so I get up in the morning and feel I don't have to because I already did it mentally. And it was already easy, and so when I go to the gym, I think, well, I don't have to do that now. I did it last night in my sleep. Or, let me put it this way. Sometimes I'm sitting around at night and I think, well, tomorrow I'm going to work the dumbbells, I'm going to do this, I think I can handle this weight and that weight, and then I go to the gym and say, I don't even want to do it now. I just talk myself right out of it. Mm-hmm. Why?
Well, our mind plays tricks with us,
yes,
right? And
yes.
During sleep, one of the things that at the end of the night when we're asleep, those dreams, we call those like venting dreams. So everything that you're, venting out, like if you're worried about like working out, if you don't have the motivation working out, or if you do want to have motivation working out, sometimes you vent out those things in your dreams during your sleep. You can also, hypnosis is a natural state, so you kind of hypnotize yourself on a daily basis. So it's not something that hypnotherapists create. It's something that you go in and out every day.
Without knowing it?
Without knowing it.
I have really vivid dreams. I mean, like they're really in color. And sometimes I remember every little detail. And I always told somebody, if I could put an audio video plug in my head and over to a recorder, I'd make a full-length movie out of what I dreamt.
Maybe you should.
I know, I thought about it. No, it's really weird. It's really weird because I can remember every detail. Then I'll start to dissect the dream and I'll think, that part of the dream was something I talked about earlier in the day. That part of the dream related to this person and they told me something. That part of the dream reminded me of something I said over there that happened over here. And all those pieces come together to create their own story that has nothing to do with the story that I heard during the day. All those parts of it.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It kind of, your mind is trying to organize everything. It's just like a bookshelf and you're trying to put one book into this part, Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of reorganizing your mind,
Yeah, it's really odd because sometimes the dreams really wear me out. And when I get up in the morning, I'm exhausted from dreaming.
Well, it's important when you wake up, you're in that hypnotic state. So you see, you go into hypnosis like 30 minutes before you go to bed, and you're in hypnotic state when you wake up as well. So it's very important if you have a bad dream or if you have like a very vivid dreams and very emotional as well, is to tell yourself, think positive and tell yourself, because that sets your day and that sets your whole mood for the day, right? So even if you had a bad dream, it's good. It's releasing, the negatives. And
I understand that. Yeah, I mean, I know people who get up in the morning and one thing will go wrong. They'll knock over something, and then from that point on, everything throughout the day is horrible.
Exactly.
I hate when that happens, and I try not to think like that because I'm a very clumsy person.
And
I can trip over my own shoelaces. So I try not. I mean, when I get up, I always like to think positive. I have good days. I mean, I have good luck. I'm positive all day long. Things always happen that are good. Although I do knock things over a lot. I don't let them get in my way. It's like, okay, there that goes. All right, that's going to go now. But if you think about something, it's really funny. I've thought of this before. If I'm going to put that camera on the tripod and I want to put the screw in and turn it, if I tell myself I'm going to have trouble doing it, I'm going to have trouble doing it. Isn't that weird? I've found that with a lot of things. When you go to do something, you just do it naturally. But if you tell yourself it's going to be difficult, it's going to be difficult.
It will be difficult.
Yeah.
If you think it's going to be difficult. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right.
Okay. How about as far as psyching yourself? Like a lot of my viewers are bodybuilders and weightlifters, and they go into the gym, they lift heavy, and a lot of them told me, they say, oh man, I just can't lift that weight today. Yesterday I could do it, but today I can't. Your body didn't fail you, your mind did.
True.
Because you got the same body you had the day before.
Exactly.
It didn't change overnight. You might be tired, but your mind got tired. So
your mindset did.
Your mindset did. If you see somebody who's powerlifting and you see them getting ready and they're psyching up and they're breathing and they're moving, they're getting their mind ready. They're getting their mind ready to say, I'm going to do this, and they'll do it. The minute you think in your mind that you can't do it, you'll fail.
Exactly.
So how do you work with people? What do you do to overcome that?
All that I do is I'm not creating anything new. I just help you. For example, if you come to see me for hypnotherapy, I help you to open up your own power. Basically, subconscious mind holds up 88% of your brain power. Okay. So everything that you desire logically, your decision making, your willpower, it holds up that 12%, which is, when you think about it, 88% always wins. So whatever your subconscious program is, that's what's running on a daily basis.
Okay.
And that's what so it's very hard to just change it logically, change it consciously. That's why, if you go to the gym and you work out for at least 21 days, that's when the habit is created. Mm-hmm. But before those 21 days, before the neural pathways, set in your system, it's kind of hard to make a change like that.
Why is it 21 days?
Well, that's what they say it takes for new neural pathways and for new programs to create for new habits, as well as just changing the habit. But I say it's probably like 60 to 90.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's from my experience. Yeah.
To create a new habit.
Yes, and in hypnosis, we create new neural pathways during hypnotic state and using hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
We create new neural pathways, which creates new habits, and it's easier and it's faster that way with the help of the hypnotherapist. I'm sorry. Can we cut that up?
No, I'm just kidding. It makes sense to me. It's like it's mind over matter.
Yeah.
In whatever you do, it's mind over matter. And years ago, we used to kid in the gym with Arnold. I said, if you have no mind, it really doesn't matter. So it's probably true. There's a lot of mindless people out there, and nothing matters to them. But it's the same thing with eating. Let's just say we're going to watch our diet. We all talk about nutrition and getting on a high-protein, low-carb diet, and everybody says to me, oh, my God, I can't go without the carbs. I've tried, but it's so hard not to do it. So how do they talk themselves into getting in a structure? I'll tell you how I do it, but I want to hear how you say how you drop those carbs to diet your food down and stay on track for weeks at a time. You have to talk yourself into it, right?
Yes, that's what always happens.
So what's the secret to doing that? What does it take to do that?
Well, you can talk yourself into eating healthy and making better choices for yourself.
Right.
Instead of looking for joy and excitement, in food, we can find something to do that is better for us. For example, every time that you make a choice, make a better one for yourself. So instead of going and harming yourself, go do something. Go for a walk. Get out of that fight and flight. Get out of that. Get out of that state and just.
Or don't keep it around the house.
Or don't keep it around the house. One thing we do not want to do is tell ourselves not to do something, because our mind doesn't understand the difference between shouldn't and should. So it's like, okay, I shouldn't be doing this, or I want to lose weight. Every time you say I want to lose, our mind understands it as, okay, I don't want to lose anything. You don't want to lose anything. I don't want to lose anything, right?
Yeah.
So we substitute, not in a healthy way. For example, if you do crave something sweet, well, eat a fruit, not a processed food, right?
Yeah.
There are different diets and different nutrition aspects of that.
There's things.
Yeah.
There's things that I found too. I remember when I was training really hard and dieting for contests, I'd have a junk day, and so I'd eat junk all day on Sunday. By Monday, I was done. I didn't do it all week long, and I always stayed in good shape. I remember taking a straw and sucking the cookie crumbs out of a package when the cookies were all gone because I wanted those cookies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I found later in life that if you have one or two cookies, it's just as good as having the dozen. You know what it tastes like. It tastes good. Done. Finish it up. You don't have to finish the whole box to know that you liked it.
Exactly.
Because it's easy to finish the whole box.
It's all about balance. When you're overdoing something, when you're overeating, when you're over drinking, when you're overdoing things, it's all about creating that balance. So if you feel like you need to fulfill something in your mind, in your body to add. You don't need to eat a box of cookies. Right?
No, there's no way.
You don't need to.
No, but you want to. You want to, right.
So if you have that desire, and then you just being aware of your own thoughts and your own feelings. Why am I desiring this? Am I feeling bad? Does it make me feel bad? Or does it make me feel good, right? So instead of feeling good eating cookies, you can feel good by doing something good for yourself. Go shopping or go, And
then you got to spend money and feel bad about spending the money.
Well, do something that is positive and helpful.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. It's the funny thing is, and why people are heavy, for example, heavy people, they'll eat something because, Ozzy, get down, please. We have a dog here who happens to be very lovable. People will feel bad, so they'll eat themselves and they'll binge to feel better. Yes. Then they end up feeling bad that they did it, right?
Yes. And
so then it goes back to the same vicious circle again.
Exactly.
Does you like him? Isn't he sweet?
He's so sweet.
Yeah, he's part of the act.
Yeah.
So, do you have people come to you with these problems?
Yes, of course. So for weight loss, anything that is subconscious, for example, biting nails or, there's no motivation to work out or anything that has to do with the subconscious mind,
right.
which is, for example, we breathe, we don't think about it. We don't think about it logically, right?
True.
We just do that. Some people eat, they eat subconsciously. They don't think about what they eat. So one of the great things that you can do for yourself is really turn off the TV while you're eating.
Yeah.
You know, just turn off your cell phone if you can too, and just really put down your fork every time that you take a bite and just be aware, because it's so subconscious that we get used to eat without even being aware of what we eat. So whenever we finish our meal, we'll look back and we say, where did it go?
It's funny that you say that, because when I go to the movies, I'll get a big thing of popcorn. To me, popcorn's
Exactly.
not fattening, but I'll eat that whole thing. Just hardly 5 minutes in the movie, it's gone. Boom. Just
Because you're not really present. You're so. Movies are. It's a form of, you know, it's that hypnotic state sometimes.
Yeah.
Because when you watch a movie, you get emotional. You get, you know, it's a very focused state. What hypnosis is, it's a very focused state. So it's not something that is meant to harm you or meant to like force you to do something. It's not a drug. It's not. You're never unconscious.
Right.
Hypnotic state, it's you're conscious. You're just so focused and you're so, you know, in the moment that you're kind of like distracted from different things. So you can use it for your benefit, or you can use it as a, you know, negative self-hypnosis as well. So you're in that hypnotic state when you're watching a movie. You're in that movie. You're not present with your food. So it is better to, you know, if you want a snack, just really have that time. Just make that time for that snack.
It's a snack
and just
time.
really
And know when to
enjoy
stop.
every bite of that.
And know when to stop.
And know when to stop.
It's hard, you know, when you do that popcorn thing, you don't really enjoy every bite because you're shoving it in your mouth so fast, you're just chewing it and swallowing it, and you're not even thinking about
Very
it.
subconscious.
It is. Now, do you hypnotize people? In other words, do you put them in a trance and they're like zoned out, they don't know where they are?
It's like I said, it's just like watching a movie. Or you know how you drive on the freeway and sometimes you get home safely, but you're like, you kind of like, you don't remember how you got there.
No, sometimes the car finds its way home and I don't even know how you got there, right? Or I'll go somewhere and I'll end up going in a different place because my car is used to going in that direction, I say, but I'm not usually, I am.
Exactly. So that's kind of like that hypnotic state. So you're never like unconscious. There are all kinds of depths of hypnosis and we can go deeper. But for, you know, just for weight loss, for smoking cessation, it's not really beneficial to go that deep.
Yeah.
And it's even better if the person is in that light state, in that alpha state, or
pretty interesting.
Sometimes theta state, yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about something else now. You have a background in martial arts.
Yes, I do.
Why?
Why not?
No, I think it's wonderful. But why did you pick this?
It started back in China when I was living in China. I did a show about Bruce Lee. I met a lot of incredible martial artists, and I kind of, you know, I got passionate about it. And then when I was living in New York, I had a very abusive relationship, so I got out of that, and I started training back then, but then I really started training for self-defense and also learning about mind and martial arts. If you know something about martial arts, it's all about mind power. It's not just external, it's also internal. And Shaolin Kung Fu, it's all about working on yourself, you know, spiritually, physically, energetically, on your body and your mind all together. So that's what really interested me in the first place.
How long have you been doing it?
About 5-6 years now.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's great.
Do you work at it? Do you work out every day?
Not. I rest sometimes. I need to rest sometimes.
I mean, there is time that you just don't have time.
Yeah, there are times that I just.
Do you get rusty at it? I mean, like you saw my ring out there.
Yeah, I did.
I don't get in the ring much anymore.
Yeah.
I train people on Saturdays, but my knees and my shoulders hurt, and I just can't go out and do that anymore.
Injuries. Yeah. My knees hurt sometimes too.
Do they?
Because of the training and stuff like that. But you know what? It's totally worth it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the stretching and all that's definitely worth it, and it's good for your body, it's good for your head, and it gives you exercise on top of it. Did you start that before you started acting, or did you start acting before that? I started kind of at the same time. Did you? Did you use martial arts to get into the acting? It kind of goes handy. I think everything that I do, it kind of, you know, it's all about the same thing. It's about acting or martial arts. First of all, martial art is an art, right? And hypnotherapy is about brain power. It's about empowering other people. Right. Every experience that I had in my life, even the traumatic experiences that I had in my life, it's all about helping others, spreading awareness, you know, and changing other people's lives. Yeah. And just like acting, just like what you're doing, and helping other people with information and knowledge. And that's, it all comes down to this. So. No, it does. It's all good. The funny thing is, even I asked that for a reason, because when I moved here and I was working at a regular job for about a year. Yeah. Never did that again. And I was wrestling at night, and the job got me to move to this city from the smaller town, and I wrestled at night. And acting never really came across my brain because I was a guitarist in a band. I thought music was going to be it. But then by being on TV wrestling, it opened the doors for acting because people would see and say, "Oh, I got a role for you. You're perfect for this role." Yeah. And then I got a few things, some good things, and I thought, well, why not do it all? I mean,
why not?
It laid the groundwork for TV and film, and so I started doing that and wrestling at night and working out during the day, and one thing just parlayed into one thing, and it just kept snowballing out and getting a bigger circle. And so that's why I asked you if martial arts, because martial arts movies for a long, long time are huge.
Yeah.
I had a lot of friends that produced them.
Back.
Yeah. I mean, Don Wilson and Michael Dudikoff and Eric Roberts and all these guys who I know very well did all the martial arts films.
Right.
Chuck Norris, Bob Wall, all those guys. James Liu. I mean, the list can go on.
Yeah.
And I was right in the mecca of that in the 80s with these guys when I was wrestling. So it kind of like took a left turn, and everything has its valleys, ups and downs.
Of course.
But they were good films. I put one of the best part too. I remember all the guys, and Philip Rhea, I knew all these guys, and I don't know where they are today. Eric, I see once in a while, Robert, but it definitely, they're fun movies. But so if you take that and you work with the movie way, you get into those people. And now I go to these events with Dr. Bob Goldman, who's huge in martial arts, and they just gave him some huge award at the Martial Arts Museum.
Right.
Just about 2 or 3 months ago.
I've been there. It's an incredible place.
Yeah, it is. It's fun, and you kind of hobnob with all those people, and they invited to all the parties, and Cynthia Rothrock and all of them. So it's fun. Marcus, what's his name, from straight out of Compton, was on my show. He's also a huge martial arts guy. And Marcus Taylor, and they still stay pretty active with it all. It's a good thing, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right, so now if people want to find you on the internet and they want to call you and say, well, I want to do hypnotherapy, how do they reach you?
They can find me on Hypnosis EDU, which is a website for, they have a database of all hypnotherapists. They can find me on my website. Which is www.nataliadzublo.com.
Okay. Oh, that's the easiest way, isn't it? And Facebook.
Yes, Facebook. Facebook.com/Natalia Dzyublo.
All right. And you have your acting reels on there.
Yes, I do.
And I've seen them.
Did you like it?
I love them. You're really good.
Thank you.
You're really good. And you have a lot of different looks. I've seen you as a blonde.
Yes.
I've seen you with short hair, long hair, different hairstyle.
Yeah, and I speak different languages too.
Do you?
You didn't know. Yes, I speak Chinese, Mandarin, and Russian, because I'm Russian. Yeah.
Yes, you are Russian. My background's Russian too.
Yeah, I know, you told me.
I did tell you.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for being here. This has been very enlightening, and you people, if you want hypnotherapy, look up Natalia, and you'll find her on those websites, which I will put up, and some photos as well. And we'll see you next time. Stay tuned for more after the first of the year. I don't think I'll do many more interviews next week. I'm going to shut down for a while and just hit Starbucks.
Good idea.
Yes. Thanks for watching Ric's Corner. We'll see you next time.
He is the equalizer, baby. See you next time.